Welcome back, everyone, to Baldur's Gate 3. So I am continuing to be a liar about when the romance between Karlach and my character Asher is going to occur. It did not occur again on that rest. In fact, we actually had a dream with the Dream Guardian, where she told us she was tired. Is basically what it amounted to. I promise one of these times I'll be right, and I'll let you know when it's happened. Karlach's gonna talk to
Dog is unable to
Scratch,
speak through the small bag he holds in his mouth.
and the small bag he's clipping through. That's fine.
Here, I hope you like it. All I know is I thought of you when I saw it.
Graphics bugs. So he'll bring us stuff throughout, kind of constantly, and then of course he gets pets because he's the goodest boy. I actually love that it's Karlach who's the one doing it, although it's weird that she's doing it in gauntlets. Okay, so we're gonna head back and get everybody buffed up. Um, kind of a dark place that we're picking up. If you remember, we are starting here. Minthara is now back in our camp. In fact, actually, let's just go and return to camp real quick. We did actually gear her out. I think that actually was done in game. So if we actually click on here, we can see she is now appearing. Oh, cool. They actually added to where you can see your traveler's chest up here. Oh my god, so much. Like, love that. Took so long and now it's a thing. There's been a recent patch since our last recording. But we now have Minthara. You can see she's got that. If we go to her regular clothes, she's actually pretty impressive looking. I like it. And the flawed Helldusk with the helmet smiting. Kind of a cool look overall, except for the shield's a little bit of a letdown. But we'll get better shields. She's carrying Cruel Sting right now, which is a longsword. I like Minthara. I would be tempted to bring her, except right now, this is very much, Act 2 very much ties into Shadowheart. So we want to keep bringing Shadowheart for right now. There might be come a time where we swap them out a little bit here and there. But right now, Shadowheart's our girl. She's going to be our main tank. Plus, she's so excited that she can now do 2 attacks. If you remember, we also leveled to 8. So Shadowheart's very excited about that and wants to smack things twice. And her armor looks pretty nice. Like, I don't love her helm with it. I don't think it matches as well. I probably would go with what Minthara's wearing better. And of course, still have a leather helm over here on Karlach, but it's actually one of the greatest like first 3-turn helms because of momentum and movement speed is so important. Anyway, back to it. Where we're gonna start is we have a lot of areas to explore. You can see this is where the House of Healing is, and there's going to be other quests up there. This is the Mausoleum. That's going to be the last place we go, but there's actually some things over this way that we can explore. There's a lot of stuff up here in the town that we still want to get into and look at. So we got lots to do, and we're going to go start doing it. That means initially we are just going to head straight out. There is actually a Sharn temple that we want to go visit, which is like right here. So that's the first place we're going to go. And we'll just kind of deal with anything over there. As well as they put little signposts.
East Rythwin Toll House, South Moonrise Towers, West.
This is the waning moon. We will be heading there soon. It's like a tavern slash brewery. But again, we do want to go here first. So, to get into a little battle here, you can see we have Shadow Cursed Harpers. So these are Harpers that have gotten caught over time and are now cursed. So we're going to go into battle.
Come on, can't stay idle.
And we get to go first, which is always nice. Let's see. We'll go and open with a little hex action. I have disadvantage going into it, but still managed to take it out. And I'm going to come over this way. We really want to kind of draw him out if we can, get him closer to our melee. Which is going to be tougher with the star in, obviously. We move a star in right there. Then we have him do a dread ambusher attack. Just kill something out the gate. And he can kind of loop back around. And then we're going to actually have him hide. And then he can do a little bit more movement. Because like I said, we want the rest of them coming out towards us. I don't love what that shadow is doing.
Over there.
So we're gonna actually, again, we're not gonna overly commit Karlach. We're gonna have her do some ranged attacks. Oh, we can go do that. We can have her crossbow do some extra force damage. We haven't really used it yet. You see, that actually does quite a bit of damage. Alright, and then we're gonna make sure we have her back in her main hand sword. Now these guys are all gonna come in. Like I said, one of the things we're gonna try and get on Shadowheart is the ability to go a little bit earlier. That's definitely one of the things that's hurting her right now. And we found the shadow. She can actually attack. First she's going to come over here. She's actually just going to beat on this guy. Alright. So we're back around. So now Starion can of course come in. He's going to try and kill that shadow for us. Boom, gone. You can see how sneaky he is.
Well, so much for peace. Swift as my feet can
I'm going to come in. We're going to actually drop this on this guy. We're not really trying to use a lot of resources on these guys. Because you can see, like, they're not really a problem. Absolutely lit them up. What was that guy? He just wasn't very strong, I guess. And then we got that last one's over there. Okay.
Let's go.
So now Karlach's gonna come in. Couple big attacks on that one. Oh, alas. There's no reason to smite. When we're gonna kill them pretty easily. And we're not gonna use one of our bonus attacks. More priests. We are gonna move closer though.
over here.
Remember, he's stealth right now, so he will still be able to sneak attack even though there's no one in melee. So here we go. And they're frightened. Which means we have advantage now. Huge damage, yet again.
Very well.
And now I'm not even going to worry about the hex, honestly. See, critical hit, absolutely destroyed him. Very strong party, very much pushing a lot of damage out. have to be careful on these not to pick up the rotted stuff. Otherwise, they're just gonna be sorting through stuff later. Send that to Karlak again. There are actually 3 of these plaques, and we have to read them in just the right order. Hopefully somebody gets a perception on the 3rd one. There we go. Somebody got it. That's all that matters. Alright. I'll be honest, I don't remember the order to read these. So we're going to click on it until I remember.
Was that a click I heard? There's something about these plaques.
Yeah, I think that is the 2nd one. It's that one, then this one,
This does.
then this one. It's Our Lady of Loss, our Mistress, da da da. Essentially, it all comes around to opening this door.
Curse has no effect here. What is this place?
So you can see we are in a Sharan sanctuary. Now, whoever does this is going to get a really nice buff. In fact, it's 3 of them. It's a charisma buff, an intelligence buff, and a wisdom buff. So, whoever you decide to do it is important. Now, we have Shadowheart. She would likely want to be the one.
Do you accept Shah's test of your intellect?
So we're going to leave on that one. We're actually going to equip the headband. Where is it? Ah, did we leave it back at camp? Generally we don't. There it is. We're actually going to equip it to Shadowheart. I'm going to let Shadowheart get the intellect one.
Can't afford to stay idle.
The only one I'm going to take is the charisma.
Do you accept Shah's test of your intellect?
You can see Cleric of Shar. Or we can do a Cleric saving throw. But we're going to actually go for...
You feel a small pulse of energy race up your spine, and a strange sensation of acceptance.
So, what that did, you can see she gets a +5 to intelligence until her next long rest. So, it's important to note that she got to just have it easily because she is a Sharan.
Do you think yourself wise enough to be granted Shah's blessing?
So this is wisdom.
A warm
And she can use her
swell
Paladin of Shar
rises
to do the
through
same
your
thing.
heart. Acceptance. You are worthy.
So now she's got +5 to wisdom, +5 to intelligence, which, and when you look at her stats then, wisdom, her intelligence, which was kind of low. Prior to that, she was only at an 8. So that's a really, really nice set of buffs. So you can see 13 from base, 1 from class, and then +5 from the buff. So the last one is going to be me, which is charisma, which I think is right here.
Are you bold of heart and sharp of tongue? Can you turn any and all to the Dark Lady's cause? A deep, eldritch hum echoes in the corners of your mind. Your patron knows a thing or two about turning people.
So I can do a pardon throw, a regular saving throw, where I'm gonna get what 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, or I can actually do just a warlock saving throw where I get just my charisma, but we have advantage. So we're gonna actually do that one. It's a 14 DC, so basically it's even right now. I can get guidance on it. So 5 to 8. Let's see what happens. Easily got it.
Confidence surges through you. You feel like there is nothing you can't do, no one you can't win over. The statue seems to agree and approve.
So now we've actually done this. We got another inspiration, and we open that door. And that +5 for me puts me obviously at a 23. Which remember, that's giving me +6, but it's also giving me +6 to every Eldritch Blast I do. So, very, very huge. Lots of damage. Gonna be amazing. Too bad it's not permanent. It's only for this. Okay. So here's where it gets tricky. There is a dagger here. You can 100% steal this dagger.
I'm ready.
You will have a very challenging fight if it doesn't. Well, not very challenging, but it's a challenging fight
Let's see.
that will occur. Very winnable, but just to steal a dagger.
An altar to Shah. It appears to seek prey and a blood offering. Your blood.
That's that. The dagger won't be missed. Take it, Joyce. I know that happens because I've never taken it, but I was playing with somebody else at one point, and his character took it. Some of this inspiration has been wasted. I think we're maxed out, but it's always nice to see it. And in case you're curious, you can always come to see, who's gotten inspirations. I believe it shows in the journal. You can always come over and see whose inspirations they've gotten. It's like we're both sages, Karlax. Whose inspirations everybody's gotten. So we've gotten quite a few of them. It's kind of fun. You can always read and try to keep up with them and see what new ones pop up that maybe you hadn't gotten before. We're not going to do the fight. XP's fun, but I don't really feel like wasting resources on it, to be honest, and the dagger's not that great. I did just realize that we never really buffed. God, I gotta stop doing that. So we are gonna go and buff up. A little wisdom on me, maybe I would have made that save. And I do have that object that should have given me like a summon. Conjure Shadow Lantern Wraith. Depths of Shadow Lanterns to pray magic to join your side in combat until long rest. Target must be a medium or small corpse. So I don't have a corpse, so I can't do it yet, but we might do that soon. We do have Shadowheart. She's going to give us aid. We will go ahead and still use a level 3 spell. She's not using a lot of those right now. And then, of course, Longstrider. But we can now do... Not that. Longstrider. We can now do a level 2 to get on us a little bit faster. Yeah, I gotta remember to do Hunter's Mark on him too. I'm just failing at remembering things. But, okay, so we're off. In this case, not to see the wizard, but get the point. So I think we're gonna go ahead now and head back over to the brewery. Which, let's see, Moonrise is south. So the brewery should be just right over this way. Yeah, okay. So we're gonna head off this way. So, like some of the other areas,
Traps, please.
we are going to run into one of the Thorms in here. And as per usual, he would be defeatable without combat if you approach it that way. But
Don't touch me.
we're gonna fight him.
Hardly a
Um,
challenge.
I believe it's a little bit more XP to go and fight him. And there's a lot of back and forth of charisma and con checks if you don't fight him. And I'm not saying we can't get him, but I don't feel like working that hard. And the fight's not too difficult. He's interesting to fight though. He's also a very unique looking dead guy. As a hint, like all of them are dead or cursed in some way. Okay, so what you can see is we are basically sneaking into this. Not sneaking that hard, but coming in. We're coming in on this through the second floor. Don't know if I want to jump down. We might. Yeah, since we can jump down without taking damage, we're gonna do that. My team's like, why are you so lazy, homie? No, we just walked around. Why'd you jump? You can see we have these blighted troubadour. Oh, let's switch the car. Like, we need her. We don't want to leave her up there. How come I could jump down but she can't? That's so weird. Eh, she'll take 2 damage. It's fine. It's probably because of the armor that she's wearing. Anyway. Actually, she only took 1 too. We're gonna go start the fight with this guy. He is the problem. And honestly, we're just going to sneak up and start a fight. Like I said, we're not planning on trying to do the drinking game and convince him that we want to be friends or anything like that. Okay, he's able to stealth. Okay. We want to try and sneak attack our guy. We gotta get a little closer. We'll just kill him.
Expect anything. He's been cursed to the hells and back.
I can see we actually didn't bring Shadowheart into this. So we're gonna start with this. It's a big critical hit. It's also a surprise this round, which is interesting. And didn't take any damage, so let's examine. Slashing, piercing, bludgeoning, and thunder. Oh, great. So we're gonna let other people handle him. We'll go and put a little fire on him though.
Flaming brew.
Now he has burning reflex, so he does fire regurgitation. That's gross. Maybe I shouldn't have done fire, but he is surprised this round, so we'll be fine. All's gonna be well. At least we killed that guy. he's actually going to come hide.
Time for a new approach.
Just for the moment.
Put 'em up.
So Karlak is going to attack. Actually, Karlak's going to go ahead and rage. This is probably a good one to rage for.
Eat it. Incoming.
Survival is all that matters.
So we're going to hex his wisdom. And we're going to just go ahead and see what this does real quick. A little force damage. I got a miss. We did knock him back. Does have the reverberation. Reverberation just means that he's going to ignore the thunder damage and maybe evolve our own. So, should be fun to see.
With haste.
I'm going to go this way, but I'm not going to end my turn. We're actually going to let Shadowheart go. She is going to go ahead and move up. And interestingly, we're going to actually use her to Guiding Bolt real quick.
Done with you.
So we threw a little Guiding Bolt on him. A little more damage. And hopefully now he's looking at Shadowheart. So there we go. And then we're going to end our turns. He's surprised. Their surprise is back to our turns. So now I got to figure out what I'm going to do. Because he doesn't take piercing. He doesn't take bludgeoning. This would be a good person to have a lot more kind of magic damage, probably. Our other two guys are, you can see, up here and up there. So Starion, who's right here, can't really very easily get up there. I guess I could do this. Yeah. We'll just do that real quick. And since we can sneak attack, we will. And Starion will go toe to toe with this guy up top. Karlak being Karlak is still gonna go ahead. She's gonna come up here. And she's gonna see what she can do. So you can see, Burning Reflex is wrong, now is Rotten Reflex. Let's look at that. Still is a NEM. This is immune to the slashing, piercing, bludgeoning, and thunder. The Rotten Reflex means Necrotic has spoiled his bow. Now he's using Rotting Regurgitation, which is less fun. That's literally, he took the little bit of necrotic damage. We can see if we can put a bleed on him.
Nothing important is ever easy. Wonder if the gods are watching me.
So I am going to try and do the smart thing and just dump a whole lot of damage at this guy. Let's see, we did a pretty good bit. Then I'm actually going to hold my quicken spell on this.
Talk to me.
And I'm gonna have Shadowheart
Let's do this.
come get herself in this fight, and we're gonna see if we can just smite him down. Only took a little bit. We do him down to 150. So he's probably gonna do some damage this turn. He is blinded though. So that's interesting. He's numb, he's got the rotten reflex, he's blinded. Alright, so Starion has killed this guy. And doesn't really have an easy way down. Honestly, we'll probably just wait and move next round and we'll jump down.
Watch this.
Get that guy come around. We'll let him get into the fight. So the first thing I actually want to have me go, I'm just going to go ahead and just put a little force damage on him.
Ready for another round?
Let's finish this.
Well, I don't really want to use the smites, to be honest. But he's immune to the damage, which is frustrating, so... yeah, I guess we'll just smite him one more time. So you get the rotted regurgitation. You can see it does a decent amount of damage. So Shadowheart's gonna probably just heal in a second. We'll just do standard Hellish Distribute. Alright, so Starion's coming in. Now the first thing we're gonna see, can I hit that guy? No. So I do want to jump down. And honestly, it's worth the damage in this case. We are going to short rest after this fight anyway.
Moving.
Now he's a zombie, so he gets that little 1 point back.
No choice but to keep going.
I'm going to go and do this. We're going to go kill him. I'm going to go ahead and see about throwing that damage. Hey, 2 misses though. Okay, so we're basically trying to make this happen. I've already used my spells. And my turn. Trying to think outside the box here. I think what we're gonna do is we're gonna have... He's too big to move too. I'm gonna give up the attack on Karlak. And he missed. Good, okay. They're both gonna move back a little bit. She's gonna go ahead and drop a heal. Little AoE heal on the pair of them. And she's gonna go ahead and drop a level 2 spell here.
This is gonna feel good.
And then Karlak, I think we're gonna try something and see if it works. I could swear I have a throwable. damaging object here that I'm looking for. Holy water, little radiant throne. Let's see what that does. Then I can throw an acid vial or something here. That will have us shoot like one of the acid arrows. Not those. Okay. So first thing she's gonna do is actually throw the holy water.
My little trick.
Oh, he did save, which is a bit disappointing, but it's okay. We have critical miss. Oh, he's not silenced anymore. This is gonna hurt. Well, it actually didn't get us too bad. They both saved. Okay, so the profoundly intoxicated is huge. Let's examine that and see what it does. Disadvantage on charisma and dexterity. He's on the verge of passing out. So, I'm pretty certain that he doesn't take the additional damage. But we're just gonna try real quick, see what happens. He's immune.
Can't give up. On I go.
Ooh, that was a good damage.
Bye forever, pal. In position.
Put that silence back on him. Then we're gonna go and get on here. We're gonna
Despite everything.
re-hex him. And there's our kill. Alright. Was it rough? Yeah. Did we use a lot of resources? Sure. Are we fine? Oh yeah. You see gold, that, lots of alcohol, as is to be expected. Little gold on the barman. So the rat bat is an interesting item effect. This is interesting here. Let's go and read it. A lot of information here. Now you can leave these shadow root sacks too, which we'll go grab this one. I don't remember the exact stats of the rat bat, so we'll look at it real fast. I'm actually carrying too much weight. I need to kind of pass some things anyway. 2 to 9, attack rolls against beasts have advantage. Relatively minor weapon. But not the worst thing to pick up. Chain shirt's kind of heavy. Clearing some of the weight off of me. Not sure why I'm carrying some of the things I'm carrying. I'll drop that there on him. Of course, all the wine's kind of heavy too. Apparently I just drank one. Whatever. There's actually a goal to have your character see disadvantage on dexterity and charisma for fun. There's actually a goal to have your character kill people while drawing.
Still breathing, despite everything.
One of the
Open up.
achievements is about drinking and killing people. It's like, I forget how many you have to do, but we're not going to search through every barrel here, honestly. There's a lot of stuff, but none of it's huge. I'm going to go grab this chest and see if there's anything in that. There's nothing game-breaking in any of this. I have plenty of food and drink. That's fine. We're going to check that skeleton. Nothing there. And then over behind the bar, we're going to go through that door. I think this is the door that the key opened. Yep. So you can see we're now exploring. Locked chest. I don't think this is going to unlock, so that's what we bring a star in for.
No one's stopped me yet.
Some gloves. Deals acid damage. Like noxious fumes. That's interesting. Well, let me sort my stuff here. Noxious fumes. Now, that's interesting. I don't think it's worth the 1d4 fire damage that she would lose. Even though it does acid damage. That might be something to consider. Maybe if we move that ring to like a Starian Ever, we could drop that on him. Something like that. I don't know.
My step.
Worth a look at some point, maybe. If you ever get somebody who really like pushes acid damage hard. You see there's a lot of poisons over here. There's a lot of shadiness going on down here.
Hot foot. Place
Definitely wanted to find that. Decently high. Not great. And it is a trap, so we'd rather not set it off, so we are going to use an inspiration.
Shouldn't have wished to live in more interesting times.
Let's crack it open.
Lockpicking, don't care. Trap, care a lot more.
These things have stayed interesting.
Keep your
Might as well
distance,
just stay on a star, and there's a few things we're going to have to lockpick here.
Move it.
Okay.
All's well that ends.
Everything's unlocked. We can go ahead and start looting.
Is that a human arm? Oh, do I even want to know?
No, we probably don't want to know.
Another step forward.
Oh, that's interesting. While you're drunk, you have advantage on attack rolls. You also create a blast, dealing 1d4 thunder damage for 3 meters. Weapon enhancement -1. So that's an interesting idea for like a drunken fighter to throw that on. That book is interesting too. So now we just learned how to make a specific poison.
What's that?
And the classic dirt mounds. Ooh, where we get arrow salving and an arrow undead slaying. Undead slaying is pretty handy. Where we're at right now. So the research notes are also useful.
Research notes. They describe a powerful venom extracted from a rare purple worm. Distiller Thisibald Thorm sought to create a fatal poison using the worm's gullet. He procured several parts of a worm gullet, but rinsed one in error. The poison he brewed was noxious, but not fatal. Thisibald devoted months to formulating a deadly poison with the remaining ingredients, without success. After exhaustive experimentation, he was able to make a near-deadly extract from the glands. But to complete his poison, Thisibald required one last ingredient, the petals of a corpse rose. The book's index reveals corpse roses may grow near tombs, mausoleums, and particularly redolent cadavers. Thisibald enlisted a courier from Baldur's Gate to obtain corpse rose petals and other ingredients and deliver them to a covert location. Unfortunately, a deep purple stain darkens the final page, obscuring the parcel's destination.
Well, this is our best stat for sure, right? But we're gonna go for it. We're gonna get a little guidance. We'll see what happens. Not quite enough. We'll give it one reroll. Alas.
The page is a mess of dark color. The delivery's location remains a mystery.
So we are going to try that one more time, but we're going to switch to Shadowheart, and we are going to go ahead and put on that. Now I don't remember if that is going to override the blessing. It does look like it. It sets it to 17 flat. And we're going to see if she can still get that.
Research notes.
So we're going to skip the
procured Thisibald devoted after the petal
whole
of the
thing
books
and just
at
see if we can
Thisibald.
find
Unfortunately, a deep purple
this
stain
part.
darkens the final page, obscuring the parcel's destination.
She gets a little bit higher roll, and she made it. Probably should have tried that before the
separates
rerolls.
the black from the blue, revealing the stash's location. You mark your map as a reminder. With the corpse rose petals the package contains, you might create Thisibald's purple worm poison.
Which we probably will. And we'll stick that over on a star and start using it. Okay, if we ever remember to use any poisons or anything. The reason we're not using a lot right now is a lot of this stuff is undead. So it would be immune to them. When we get into Act 3, you're going to see us using a lot more poisons, a lot more scrolls and other items, things like that. We start getting some very powerful ones. Alright, so that was... Well, here, why don't we just do this? That was the waning moon. So you can see that was right there. Now we want to come up over here initially. And this is where the alchemical stash is. We could move towards the alchemical stash first, but there is something over here I want to do before we go get into the House of Healing. But let's go and go towards the alchemical stash. I happen to know that we are also going to get... Well, you'll see. Ooh.
Something over there.
Well, we're going to find out. We're going to get a visit up here, I'm pretty sure. Oh, I wonder what's in the outhouse. Somebody died on the can. Alas. Poor guy. It happens to the best of us. there's a little wooden chest here. So we're gonna come up. I think we're gonna do quite a few things and then save the House of Healing for the next video. House of Healing is very involved. Well, not very involved. There's a couple things going on, but when we do come over here, our Githyanki Psionic Detector, we got that from Kithrak Boss. We'll probably still get jumped, but
Ready
we're
for some
actually
good news.
gonna move Karlak up to the front. See if we can trigger the fight up here instead of down there. They're up here on the bridge. And there it is.
Where Wargas failed to kill you, I won't make the same.
This will work out though.
Time to meet your maker.
We're not gonna smite. No, we're actually gonna switch because the Starian is gonna come in here, and he's gonna get to do quite a bit.
Let's have a run.
Fuck yes.
And then real quick, we're gonna bring him in. So we want to kill this guy early. He's one of the nastier ones. And we'll take care of the other ones later. I'm hoping. I had a miss, had a crit in there though. Let's see, we've done a nice little bit of damage there. I'm gonna step back.
Alright, Karlak. It's go time.
No, we're actually rage. So we're gonna have Shadowheart kind of move up and around. Her second attack we're gonna use on this guy. And we'll go and pop a third. Takes care of him, gets him out of the way.
Let's cut with fire, baby. Well, well. Look what we have here.
Let's see, we've done a lot of damage, multiple poisons on this guy. Let's see what this poor person is going through in their life right now. So you can see we've got or 2 turns of frightened. 1d8 poison, 1d8 poison, 1d8 poison, 1d8 poison. So like 48 poison, but at the end of the next turn, we got their reverberation going. They're bleeding for 2 turns. They're maimed. They're silenced. This person's not having their best day ever. Alright, so it is their turn. Well, Githyanki in general. We'll hit them with that Hellish Rebuke. Teach them to do stuff to me. She's frightened. She's gonna clear her frightened. Looks like she cleared her poisons too. And they both had to do things to jump. So they're gonna jump up here. They're gonna get involved. Ooh, I don't love that she's right there on me. So, this is tough. What order do we want to do things? You know what? Worth the attack. So we have Karlak is gonna come back and essentially save me. And I'm gonna actually have her try to put a bleed on this guy, because that will maim him. Oh, I already had, but it's fine. So you can see he is maimed, which does mean he's disadvantaged on dexterity saving throws. He can't move.
I won't give in.
So I'm gonna move out of his way. And we're gonna go and hex this guy. Nice critical hit on him. He's got reverberation, and he's frightened, so he can't move, which essentially is gonna make him useless this round. So Starion wants to poison. So we're gonna drop him back. I'm actually gonna take the round. We're gonna put a hunter's mark on this guy. Ooh, he took a big hit. And it looks like he got frightened. And he did take the poison too. So, still shooting at me. I'm not even gonna react to it, honestly. It'd be awesome if she'd stop shooting me, though. What did I do to her? Okay, I'm really tired of getting shot, so I'm going to drink a potion. We'll just do a greater. It's fine. Let me see. Yeah, got a nice little heal on me. I'm not going to use another spell this round because I used my bonus. At this point, I am going to actually just go ahead and drop a nice little fireball right there on both of them. Because I'm kind of getting tired of it. I'm going to come over here. I'm actually also going to let Astarion definitely do the big hit first.
Gods, it's hot in here.
So she can come over and throw some damage on these two. One miss, one hit. Ooh, missed this guy twice. He's almost dead though.
Need to stay focused.
Sure.
Psionic detector alerted us to the big Yankee attack. Looks like
We can go and pop our second short rest. Like I said, we're gonna probably rest after this. Or rest before too much longer.
feet can carry me.
As lovely as it is to carry those extra bonuses, they're honestly not even in things that we necessarily need that much. Yeah, the charisma's nice on me. Yeah, the wisdom's nice on
What's inside?
Better make camp soon. Might be a while before there's another.
sorry, on Shadowheart, but it's not the end of the world. These aren't bad little gloves. Not something I'm gonna carry or wear. Ooh, what do the royal orders have to say though? Oh, kill me. Okay. Sonic Ward Armor. Okay, rare medium armor, 15. The item detects that the wearer's Gith They have resistance to psychic damage. That's interesting. Whenever the wearer succeeds on a saving throw against a spell, they regain 1d4 hit points. Also interesting. I don't think I'm going to swap it out because the dexterity limit. It is an interesting set of armor though. We'll put that on our girl. And we can loot the other two. Okay, nobody's encumbered. Good job. We're gonna do a little bit more exploring. This is, I believe, where stuff is. No, it's a little further north. There's a skeleton right there. So we need to go back up here. Okay. I believe it's in this dirt mound right here. So you can see these are the things we need to make, I don't know, some of the stuff that we need. Corpse reses. Alright, so we can keep exploring. Now this is a house of healing. That's not where we want to go yet. That'll be the next time. We are going to go and try and do the Masons Guild this time. And then I think we're going to also try to find Arabella as a surprise. Arabella is kind of hidden right now, or hiding. And she'll have a little quest for us. And we'll just basically beg us for help or something. And of course we're going to help her because Arabella is a little sweetheart. There she is. She can't find her mom and dad.
Hey! I know you! You're... Twist 'em up! Isn't that Arabella? The little girl Corgan nearly killed. Sorry. It knocks the wind right out of me.
So Arabella has some crazy new powers. Just so you know, from holding the druid idol.
That druid idol I took? It changed me. I can do all sorts of stuff now, not just the vines. I think real hard and say some loud words and then it happens. Mostly. I was looking for Mum and Pops. When Zevlor... Well, there was an ambush. Mum yelled, "Run!" So we ran. I could hear him run behind me. Till I couldn't. Still can't find him. But I bet...
Sorry on that odd pause there. My wife had to come in and ask me a question. Okay, so yeah, we're gonna save her.
Thanks, mister. I knew you'd help me again. The vines won't last forever. I don't suppose I can stay with you. Just till you find Mum and Pops. I won't be any trouble, I swear it. Oh, thanks. You're the best. So you send Mum and Pops there. I'll be waiting, hero man.
And then I get left to deal with these. Which of course, we will. And we're going to have to kill this one too.
Sometimes the
But you
only
know what I
way
love to
is
do?
through.
Kill shadows.
Let's have some fun.
Ain't no problems. Okay,
Still alive.
so we are going to go ahead and head over this way now. This is the Mason's Guild that I was talking about. It's the other kind of main building before we go that way. And then we'll do House of Healing on kind of the next rest. And then we'll head towards the other. Oh, and we need to talk to Barkus too. So we are going to go back to there here in a second. Oh,
Tread carefully. You are still necessary.
I don't know who that is.
Gods, what's that smell? Sulfur? Bizarre.
Yeah, that is bizarre. Literally, I've never had that happen before.
See that symbol on the ground?
Pretty sure she works for.
Maybe a nice big hammer for Karlak.
Let this be a
A girl.
warning. Those who defy
Or,
Shah's will shall suffer darkness without her blessing.
I think she works for Raphael. So you can see this is people are like posted up. They're basically left as a message. We're not going to worry about clicking on all of them. Feel free to explore a lot of that if you want, obviously, but I don't need to click every little thing. If classic, we can still painting. We're going to go back to the tavern before we go rest. The reason we are, even though we're going to have to like hoof it way back over here.
A pile of crushed bones of varying shapes, sizes, and creatures.
Is we do have a lot of quests we want to kind of tie up and talk to some people and things like that. Obviously not Arabella's yet, but some of the other ones we need to talk about all the tieflings we saved, all the other people, things like that. Okay. So
Anything of use?
a little background on this town, which I don't remember the name of it. I know we just saw it a minute ago on the signpost. But, so this town was taken over by Sharns. So, Ketheric Thorm had been loyal to Selene, converted to Sharn, and then started basically torturing and converting the town. What we're going to discover here is the Masons did not convert. They, or whoever ran the Mason Guild, was loyal to Selene and did not want to convert over. So they had kind of a hidden, safe area here under the guild, which is where we're going right now. Hopefully, if we can find it. It's right here.
Something over there.
So that, the reason we could just open it was that tower-shaped key we had gotten. That's the one we talked to the one little tiefling kid, and we got it from. Okay. So we're gonna explore here. Now this is 100% a trap.
Something over
We caught it. So we're gonna have a star and disarm it.
Trust me.
And this is basically to catch the greedy. You know what? We don't want to die. So we're gonna go and try it again. Hey, it got worse. You know what? That's what inspirations are there for, is to be used. We'll gather more, I'm sure. Hopefully we'll get some even here in the Mason's Guild. And we don't even have to have taken the stupid thing, but yeah, what are you gonna do? I believe we do get attacked here, so we're just gonna try to trigger it. Yeah. There are a bunch of shadows who are not very happy, including a wraith, which hits a lot harder. This is our last combat, so we're gonna kind of just go in. So we're all about it this time. We've actually frightened a wraith. You would think they'd be immune to something like that.
Cry about it. Easy as.
We want to make sure it dies.
Time to meet your maker.
We're making this the last one, so we might as well just have a little fun with it.
Got to move.
The last one's probably like right here. Yeah, of course it is.
What should I do?
Yeah, my girl, she's just gonna
Better get to it.
come all the way over here, and we're gonna find him. Now we know where it is. And there we go. And you can see there's a lot of cool things here, like silver, stuff like that. We're gonna read the Mason's letter. This kind of tells us about how there's Morfred uncovered the corruption. We're not gonna take their silver. I actually respect it that they stood up against it. Let's see, this is where they're talking about it. So we're not going to take that. We're going to take their stuff, but not... We're going to actually leave the silver, though.
Traps. How considerate.
Okay, so everybody is going to go and move away, because I don't want to have this blow it up. We've already used a lot of rerolls.
Looking ahead. Can't slow down.
There we go.
Should be easy.
I'm just going to open it on him. Or deal damage as a weapon. You take attack, you gain arcane acuity. So we look, +1 bonus to spell attacks and its difficulty. Additional damage equal to spellcasting. So, interesting, not really strong, in my opinion. There's a +1 to his spell attack rolls. So, it's one of those really good for somebody who mixes and matches. Did I pick that up? No, I didn't. Mixes and matches, sometimes they use melee and sometimes they use spells. A good example would be like a blade warlock or a bard.
Let's have a look.
So that wouldn't be a bad one to consider putting on Will. You can see outfits. Kind of the first time we've seen some higher level or like nicer outfits. Comfortable autumnal, ash meadow. Grab that a little autumnal outfit. Some spells on scrolls. One of these days we'll sit down on our boy and memorize a whole bunch. A few potions. This stuff I'll take. You see, they were basically bunkered down. They were ready for it. The race were probably them. Eventually they died. They were actually planning attacks. You can see they had a diagram of Moonrise. This is kind of one of those cool little stories that they built into the game that if you're willing to invest in the lore and look at it, it's really neat to see. Like, this idea of like, hey, not everyone in this town turned and worshipped Shar. Some of them were standing up against it. If you combine this with some of the information you get from reading like other journals and things like that throughout the area, there's some really like interesting story. And I love that they took the time to think all that through and come up with this lore for an area that, you know, a lot of people would never even read, never even look at. Alright, so we are going to go ahead and we're going to go back to... now, what's interesting is you can see we can still go back to Act 1 if we want, because we haven't done like one of the major triggers that just ends it. But we're going to go right now to the last light in. One, it's going to let us sell, and we desperately need to. In fact, we're actually going to go talk to this person and sell.
It should just about do. See if there's anything you need. You don't know when the next blow might land.
So we're going to go over to the barter setup and do goblets. We'll do that. What is that? Oh, that's interesting. No. Not doing right. Shift. Oh. I guess I can't do it the way I used to do it. That's a bit of a bummer. Ooh, but look at that. It's all grouped in one page now. That's convenient. It's not been like that before. Where I can just go down and grab the next person and the next person. Oh, wait. Yeah, don't sell that. So I'm very quiet. This is all new setup to selling that I'm not used to. Very convenient though to be able to just do it all at once. See once again, is there anything that we haven't bought yet from her that we really want to? No, I don't think so. The two I've been fighting is nice, but not anything we're building towards right now. So I think we're gonna just sell. We're gonna leave it here with this. On that. Go in balance, you can see we can get 2,000 gold.
Take
Good
care.
shape. And then we're gonna head in, we're gonna talk to a couple people, and then we're gonna make camp. And unfortunately, much like the other times, I'm not gonna record the camp this time. And I will just inform what happens. Hopefully I'll finally get through our night with Karlak. Let's talk to Roland.
Did you enjoy relaxing here while I battled that wretched darkness? What were you thinking?
I'm sorry.
Jerk.
We got captured by murderous lunatics.
I thought you were dead, you ass. Both of you.
We're all safe, Roland. That's what matters.
I was just overwhelmed. Doesn't matter.
I'm sorry. We should have been here.
No, it's not your fault. I shouldn't have shouted. I'm sorry.
Thank you for saving me. And the two idiots.
Humble too? Imagine that.
He has no cause to be humble. He's brought us back together. A task I failed miserably at. You went out of your way to help us. It's only right you get something in return. Here. I hope it helps.
Well, gold. XP is more important. Honestly, that's what the game's all about. Speaking of, we can double check just XP wise. You can see we're a little over a third of the way. The last few levels, I mean, we're 8, so we basically have 4 levels left. The last few do take a while longer.
You're here! You're all right! How?
We're 2 tiefling queens, remember? I couldn't leave my favourite bard without her partner in crime. I did have some help from an old friend, though.
How did you do it? If it was anyone else, I'd be skeptical. But you've more than earned the title.
You should have seen him. He was brave, but also terrifying. In a good way.
I never thought I'd see, well, anyone again. Thank you. 1,000 times, thank you. One last favor. Take this off my hands. It suits you better.
We are in agreement.
Why are you smiling at me?
So this is actually an interesting robe, and it's actually tempting to swap out for the cat's grace. Partly because I don't make a lot of dexterity checks. The +1 armor class from it's going to offset the loss of dexterity I'm going to get. And I mean, the extra cantrip damage is fine. I don't really use my other cantrips, although if I ever want a single target, that would help, because it would add my charisma modifier. But I actually really like the temporary hit points at the beginning of each turn equal to my charisma modifier. So that's 5 temp hit points every turn. I love it. Scrolls, things like that. Let's see what it looks like. Oh, let's also do this. I hate when my bags are all disorganized. Ooh, and it actually looks really good too. So you can see AC doesn't really change. And theoretically, I could go to wearing close the dexterity if I wanted to. But it's also likely I can put 2 more points into my dexterity. But I do need to up my charisma, so I probably won't do that. But I think this actually isn't bad. It's not a bad looking robe either. I actually like it. We're gonna set that aside. I don't know what we're gonna do with the graceful cloth. Also, just in camp news, I can switch to this and look at that. Now I look nicer. Kind of looks like I'm copying Gale a little bit, but whatever. Alright, so like that. That's awesome.
Preparing to march, I wager. Seems that way.
So that's that one. We do have a couple more people we want to talk to real quick. We're gonna actually have to come back again in a little while.
Here goes nothing.
Let's see, where's Wolverine? No. Or Barkus, or whichever one we're supposed to talk to.
Ah, there you are. Everyone seems to be quite a flutter. Do you know why? You did? But that means... Wolverine! Wolverine! Where is he?
And you can see... There's Wolverine.
Ketheric's lackeys found me already. Blast it all! You need to deal with him.
Yep, we do still need to kill Ketheric.
A moment.
Okay.
It's me!
Let's see if this trigger is any different.
Wolverine!
There we go.
I heard you might be about. How the devil did you get stuck here, Barkus?
I'm not stuck. I came to find you, of course.
Why would you do a foolish thing like that? Really, Barkus?
Unfortunately for me, you're my friend. Rescuing you from mortal peril is my right.
But you didn't rescue me, did you? I rescued myself, with the aid of this... helper.
Ah, it's you. I should have guessed. Thank you very much for your help finding Wolverine.
You don't belong here, Barkus. As soon as the way is clear, pack up and head to Baldur's Gate.
But... Wolverine... The rune powder... We need to discuss what you're going to...
I said go home!
Please, that isn't necessary.
Indeed. Neither of you has any clue what's at stake. And why should you? It's Iron Hand gnome business. Now, if you'll excuse me, I have a great deal to do.
Well, there we have it. Wolverine is safe and sound. Thanks to you. I owe you a great deal. The brilliant retort, for starters. Here you are. As promised, I give you the brilliant retort. Now, I believe our business is well and truly concluded. One and the same. Nonsense. When you've known each other as long as we have, there aren't sides. Wolverine can be a little sharp, but so can I. You should know that better than anyone. Well, perhaps Wolverine is right. Perhaps I ought to return to Baldur's Gate. Perhaps I will. Yes. Yes. That's a nice idea. Thank you.
So, nice little bomb, does a lot of damage. So, Wolverine and Barkus, it's a fun little little aside that they have going on. Essentially very one-sided. It has a really good ending. Hopefully we'll get to get all the way there. Anyway, we're going to leave it there. I'm going to stop the recording. I will do my rest, per usual, and we'll see what happens, and we'll pick it up next time with the House of Healing. We'll see you next time.